Can you believe that India is forced to inform Pakistan before moving its own troops? All of this is because of a deal that Congress signed 34 years ago. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. From Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru's era to Rahul Gandhi's leadership, the party has been continuously compromising our national security in the name of peace deals for 6 decades. Let us walk you through such 8 strategic blunders by Congress from 1948 to 2008 that continue to haunt India even today. Blunder first. 1948, Nehru takes Kashmir to the UN. Back in 1948, when Pakistan-backed tribal invaders stormed into Kashmir, the Indian armed forces fought courageously. But just as the victory was within reach, the then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru made a move that changed history. He took issue to the United Nations. What followed? UNSC Resolution 47, passed on April 21, 1948, mandated an immediate ceasefire. A ceasefire that froze the conflict but internationalized Kashmir forever. In fact, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, India's Iron Man, was against this move. He believed India could and should have settled it on its own terms, but Nehru went ahead anyway. Blunder second. 1950, Nehru rejects UNSC seat. Did you know that permanent seat at the UN Security Council, which India is fighting for today, was offered to it not once but twice? Back in 1950, the United States informally suggested that India take the UNSC permanent seat. But guess what? Jawaharlal Nehru said no. Instead, he lobbied for China to be given that global power spot. Then, in 1955 again, the Soviet Union backed India's claim, but Nehru turned it down again. The fallout: India is still fighting for a permanent seat at the UN, while China sits there comfortably blocking India at every turn, whether it's on counter-terrorism resolutions or supporting Pakistan. Blunder third. 1966 Tashkent Pact. After the 1965 war, India had the upper hand when our forces had captured the Hajipur Pass, a vital access to Kashmir, giving India a strategic edge. But just when India had the advantage, Congress Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri did something unexpected. He signed an agreement with Pakistan's President Ayub Khan in Tashkent, and as part of the deal, we gave back Hajipur. And what did India get in return? Nothing, because the pact left the root cause of the war, Kashmir, unresolved. In fact, we did not even get the peace that Pakistan had promised. Instead, it just betrayed India with the war in 1971. Blunder fourth. 1968 Run of Arbitration. Now let's rewind to 1965 when Pakistan kicked off Operation Desert Hawk in the Run of Kutch to grab a portion of Indian territory. But India's armed forces pushed them back with grit and strength. And just when we had the upper hand, what happens? The Congress government decides to go soft, choosing international arbitration instead of sealing the victory. The result? Despite winning on the battlefield, India ended up handing over nearly 10% of the disputed land to Pakistan because of a tribunal verdict delivered in February 1968. Blunder fifth. 1972 Shimla Agreement. In the 1971 war, India scored its biggest strategic win ever as it captured 13,000 square kilometers of Pakistani territory and took 93,000 enemy soldiers as prisoners. It gave India a golden opportunity to settle the Kashmir issue once and for all. But it went into vain when a year later in 1972, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi signed the Shimla Agreement with Pakistan, handing back all that territory without securing any concrete concessions on Kashmir. Result? Pakistan broke its word yet again, and in 1999 launched the Kargil war by sneaking its soldiers into Indian territory along the LOC and continues to do so even today. Blunder sixth. 1988 Nuclear Installations Agreement. Back in 1988, Congress PM Rajiv Gandhi signed a treaty with Pakistan agreeing to share a list of all its nuclear installations with Pakistan every single year. On paper, it looked like a step towards stability. But in reality, it handed a terror-sponsoring nation a potential yearly intelligence roadmap, and that blunder still haunts India. Just look at May 2025 during Operation Sindoor, when Pakistani PM Shehbaz Sharif tried to blackmail India with nuclear threats, whereas Pakistan gets to know where India's nukes are thanks to the deal Congress signed decades ago. Blunder 7th, 1991 IndoPak military drills agreement. Now here's a blunder that handcuffs India's military. Well, thanks to a deal signed in April 1991 by then Congress Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao, which obligates India to give prior notice to Pakistan about any troop movements or exercises. In today's age of hybrid warfare, cross-border terror and surgical strikes, it's a massive national security risk giving Pakistan access to India's military planning. This only prompts one question: why did Congress think that it was okay to give strategic intelligence to a country that always attacks us by sponsoring terrorism? Blunder 8, 2008 Congress CPC secret MOU. Now here's another shocking fact. The Congress government signed a deal with a foreign power, a deal about our own Ministry of External Affairs has no clue. Back in August 2008, Rahul Gandhi signed a secret MOU not with the Chinese government but with the Chinese Communist Party. And guess what? This mysterious pact, inked just before the Beijing Olympics, still hasn't been made public. We all know that China has consistently backed Pakistan against India and keeps threatening our borders. Yet the Congress leadership thought it was perfectly fine to strike a deal behind closed doors with the Communist Party. So here you have it, the grand old party's legacy of compromising the nation's security. From Nehru's early missteps to secret pacts signed by Rahul Gandhi, these blunders had real consequences for India. Yes, peace and diplomacy are vital, no doubt. But when peace deals come at the cost of the nation's security, it's time to ask, can any pact or deal or agreement become so crucial that it can justify compromising India's security?